Hey guys, what's up? My name is God's older cousin, and I'm going to be talking about Far Cry 3, giving you my opinion as not a fanboy, as just someone who has been genuinely taken over by this game. Now, in this game, it's a shooter, a first-person shooter, and also sort of the elements of an RPG. Now, what you would be doing, basically, is you're in a jungle area, and you can choose basically how to engage your enemy, or if to at all. I mean, that's your choice. Now, what I love about this game, the graphics are, they're not going to say the best of the world. They're pretty good on console, and on PC, I bet they would look gorgeous on ultra settings. It's definitely different looking than a lot of the other games that came out this year, and the stealth it's pretty good. For what it does. Now, another thing that I like is how everyone hears, ooh, first-person shooter RPG open world? Oh, is it going to be like Fallout? No, completely not the same. It's just the gunplay is completely different. It actually feels more like you're playing a Call of Duty game than anything else. Like, the controls are more tighter. Not as tight as Call of Duty, but still the same. Now, the vehicles, which I like, are in an open world, are different, although very similar, and that's what disappoints me. Now, the storyline is great for what it is, not for what actually happens in the game, because the characters are not really fleshed out, except for the main character, which in the main character, you are like this city boy kid who's dropped on an island and who doesn't really know anything. He doesn't know how to shoot a gun, and he changes into this psychopathic killer over the game, and sometimes it's barely even noticeable. Now, the mechanics that I love is the fire in the story player, and it works great. It aesthetically looks good, but in the map editor, which is also fun, but the AI, you can't go in any multiplayer map with the AI, so it basically renders it useless, except if you want to dink around with it for a couple of minutes, which, that's fun, but it's not really time-worthy. Now, what bugs me about Ubisoft and what it did in this game is the online passcode to play online. Now, I get that that's about piracy, and you don't want people illegally playing your game. But really? I can't bring this over to a friend's house? That's fucked up. It's fucked up, Ubisoft. Now, with the poor characters and the poor ending of the game, basically, the side quests after, some are fun, but some are just plain cheesy. One, he loses poker, and you have to win it back in a very boring, tedious poker game, which is no fun at all, and I couldn't do anything else unless I've actually finished the quest. I hated that, and it just drugged all the fun out of the game for me, except, everything else. Now, taking over outposts is really fun, but at the end of the game, when there's no more outposts left, everything's done, taken over, you own both of the islands, you're king of the island, it gets really boring. And the replay value is slim, to me at least. Like, there's not really much you can change up in the game that you haven't already done in the first. And I really hope that they'll make some changes with the map editor, at least allowing other players online to at least view your stuff with AI, or not having so many restrictions on what you could put in maps, because you can only have 10 or so ammo things, and that's stupid. And now, in the PC, you can have as many as you want. And the last thing that really bugs me about this game is how Assassin's Creed 3, how you have the things where you would synchronize the world in some parts? It's the same thing with the radio towers, and that I guess since they're the same developer, you can get away with that. But, come on. If you want to make a game unique, and I see how there's the leap of faith implemented in some things, and it's just very unoriginal, and that's what bugs me. Now, you may have different opinions about this game, and feel free to share them, and I'd like to hear them. If I missed anything, good or bad, it's totally fine with you to vent your frustration out on me. Just don't hit me, okay? The enemies, like the protagonist and the antagonist, especially Voss, the pirate you see at the beginning, he's a very good character. He's very well fleshed out and thought of, and I wish that you could see him more, because I would buy more to see him, because he's such a good character and he's well thought out, unlike Hoyt, because he's just like, what is he, a Cuban guy? He's not even well thought of. He's just the basic Black Ops enemy who's not American that you gotta kill, and it's not. There's no creativity in that. Now, what I would give it is I'd give it a 9, a flat out 9, because for what the game does, it's pretty good for what it does. Not really like in the whole picture, but I took off a point because of all those bad things. And Ubisoft, just fix your stuff, please, or at least pirates, get the fuck off.